Man, this guy must have saved up his super tips for like a month. Yeah, Blackcast.
Am I paying him too much to do Who Are These Broadcasters? By the way, WHCD, Who Are These Broadcasters, is on today. Special time, 2:30, I believe, Eastern time, after the Creepoff. Tune in to Who Are These Broadcasters with Christian Bladt and Eric Zane.
Is he paying us to make sure we get off in time before his show?
Probably. Also, Christian sent me a photo of him and review girl Megan were hanging out in L.A. recently, or wherever, Southern California, that they met up.
How you doing? I just want to say hi.
Oh, we're working.
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
Good, good. Any advice you got to anybody trying to make it in LA?
Enjoy your life, be a kind person.
Oh, nice to meet you. Thank you. Oh shit, how you doing?
I'm good. Please just give us a little.
Wait, can I get any advice for anybody trying to make it in LA?
I would say don't fuck with people as they're trying to make their show. That's probably not a good idea. So.
I mean, it's hard to. No, just one question.
Best advice I could give.
One advice, please. One advice. Please. Just one advice. He gave us the advice. No advice?
Be yourself.
Thank you. Look at this, y'all. We just caught a mid-movie production. This is Los Angeles right here. Get this.
You're listening. Yeah, like all the time I'm listening.
WHCD with Christian, Eric, and Carl sometimes.
Listen in your office, in your car, or even your neighborhood.
Open your mouth, close your eyes. We're going to give you a big surprise.
And here it is.
Yes, indeed. Welcome to Who Are These Broadcasters on a very special day and a very special time. The time less special than the day because, Easy, I don't know if you know this, but welcome to Super Chat Monday.
Yeah, and we get a lot of grief about our different times. Like these audience members, various people are saying horrific things about us. And
yeah, there's definitely some comments in there. There's a few people who, feel as though we are very inconsistent. And in fact, I like this one from Hamburger. WATB is to consistency of date and time what Greg Maddux is to 100-mile-per-hour fastballs. I think Hamilton Burger understood that if you look at baseball reference, I would definitely put it up on.
No, that's a great reference. And then even this one. Wait, now it's Monday at 2:30, says Ohio Dave. For the life of me, I can't understand why this show doesn't get more traction. Okay.
Yeah, but he does get to the important point. Like, subscribe, and share. Make sure to get notifications so you can keep track of when we're live. There've been like 3 times during the summer that I'm like, okay, I think we're going to be back on schedule. It hasn't happened.
We've got lives. We've got people who depend on us. We've got children. We've got grandchildren. We've got pets. We're multifaceted. It's not like all these other losers on this network.
Exactly. I was at San Diego Comic-Con last week, and I got home in time for yesterday was my son's 11th birthday.
Yeah.
I'm very busy, and yet I was still up until 5 a.m. watching Nick Fuentes and Hunter Biden.
Let's talk about Carl and his what's his wife's name? Lucy Jingles?
No. The lovely, the
Jingles.
delightful Jenny from the Jingles department. Yeah.
Okay. All right. No kids to worry about. All right.
Well,
now, I don't know. Maybe there's something wrong with her womb. I have
no.
clue.
I don't know if you've heard Steel Toe talk about it, but Carl's an abortion guy, so he saw.
Okay.
That,
I am too.
Take care of. Yeah.
I am too. I wish I could have one.
Yeah.
Instead, we just have this show.
Listen, we're dancing around on banter, and if we're going to do that, I'm going to lean into it because Chad's Missing Upper Lip has an amazing question. Is Zane tanning to become as black as his wife's boyfriend? I was going to ask if you were in a regional production of a stage version of the film Soul Man, because I'm wondering, I have never seen you this dark. Is this natural? Did you go for a spray tan? What's happening?
Well, I've been lately, I know this is going to sound weird, but I've been running.
Oh.
And I've been outside a lot. So I've got like a farmer's tan like you wouldn't fucking believe.
Oh, that looks good.
And and my see, that's the thing. Armenians can be completely white or they can be tan. We're like, that's why we're God's chosen people.
Oh, is that you? It's you.
Exactly right.
You're God's chosen people.
Yes.
It is Super Chat Monday. We will talk a little bit about how you can join in the fun. Principled Uncertainty has already given us 10 pounds. Here's the first one. Horribly misunderstood or just horrible. Describes both me and this show. For £5, I think that's like $8. You can say whatever you want. My last Super Chat. I will have the house to myself for a few brief hours at 8 o'clock. You do the math.
Oh,
excellent. There'll be lots of lotion. Hey, listen, this is something you need to know, Principled Uncertainty. Maybe you don't know. After we're done, Point Dabblepoint will be on the same channel. Special guest Lucy Tightbox. So if you really want to enjoy the house, that's probably something that you want to do. And the real Kumiist here. Blatt, did you take a nap? You seem almost awake. No, it's the exact opposite. I was talking to Zane that I took a nap before I stayed up all night, but White House Correspondents Dinner clips and my new 2 favorite people. I hope they do a show together, Hunter Biden and Nick Fuentes. That's all later in the show, but we're alluding to it, Zane. If people want to participate in Super Chat Monday, jump in and be a part of the show.
It doesn't happen that often. This might even be the first. I don't know, but I mean, my God, there's so much more to Super Chat Monday to offer than most other days. Because I'll tell you this, special for this Monday only. You write down a slur that you want Christian to sign off with, some type of creative way to say something awful, and attach a dollar amount to it. And there's no way in hell we're going to forget it. All right. And then we'll read it at the end. That's Christian's sign off. So there you go. And we guaranteed we will never forget your super chat. If you give us a super chat, we will never have to go back the following week and salute somebody because we forgot their super chat. Because
you should mention that, because last week I left it in your hands, and that's my mistake. I used to always check to make sure that we got through every single one of the super chats. The great Labyrinth Mystic with $10. He had already given us $10 and a fantastic suck at Trebek. I know that that's from the Celebrity Jeopardy sketch on SNL. I don't know the context he used it. I feel like he's going to feel as though he didn't get his $10 worth. But Labyrinth Mystic, here we are apologizing to you and saying thank you for the $10. That goes towards last week's goal. So
yeah, that's me. That's on me, and I'm so sorry.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we can all agree with Fat Guy too. I like my boxes tight. So everyone will enjoy that. So in any case, before we dive into the fun and the merriment, I did mention that I was down in San Diego for San Diego Comic-Con. I'm not going to show you all the nerd stuff I did. I have other content where I can do that. But you may have heard before the countdown a clip from the Creepoff where Carl mentioned I did catch up with the delightful review girl Megan, and Mr. Megan was there too. And it was great to get to see her. Wonderful to see her for the first time since Hackamania 4. And I want to know what's so funny about that.
That look on your fucking face.
There's a girl touching the back of my neck. What did you expect? You know, it never happens.
Was this the event? Because Ryan Reynolds, did you hear about Ryan Reynolds?
Yes, I'm aware of what happened in the Marvel panel. Yeah.
Did you see
you don't
him?
know you don't know what I do, but yes, believe me, I know about what happened in the Marvel
Did
panel.
you see him?
Did I see him going around?
Well, yeah, he was wearing the Deadpool gear.
Yeah, he's dressed as a character known as Gene Pool. He's wearing the Canadian tuxedo. He's all in denim. So that's yeah. And he took pictures with people, and they didn't know it was actually Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
That was wonderful. But I did get this photo thanks to my friend Eric Connor, who occasionally super chats. This has a couple of references for Stern Show fans. You have the Jesus-y people outside of Comic-Con complaining, handing out the booklets like they do on Halloween. And I love this. Standing amongst those, this guy has a sign that says, "Jesus is coming," on your mom's face. And then this is the guy who has a hashtag Flat Ronnie, the limo driver. That's that gentleman you see right there at Stern Show. And I sent this to a few people familiar with the Stern Show, people here at the network. And I think that this person is funnier than anyone associated with the Howard Stern Show in 2026. Even all the people that got fired, which we'll, I'm sure, cover in the fall. But I wanted to share those two things.
No, that's true. And Howard would probably see that and say, "That's naughty. I don't like that."
Not anymore. And Hamilton Berger, I'm not even going to read this. I can neither confirm nor deny what you said. And look at this, the great Vinny Paulino from the Creepoff. Hola, Creepos. Hola, Vinny. And yeah, I think Vinny's here to make sure that everybody remembers to vote for Vinny. I'm almost positive, you know.
I love Vinny.
We all love Vinny. We're big Vinny fans. I heard that the Rochester Comedy Festival was a smash success. Anybody who attended had a great time. All right, I think that now that we're a good 13 minutes into the show, I think that we're well past the time where we should still be talking about bullshit. And, you know, what do people come to this show for, Zane?
Bears.
WHCD, who are these bears? Who are these bears?
And the thing about bears is they get really hungry, and they are strong as fuck. And if they think there's a chance that there's food anywhere, they're kind of not going to be denied.
Life here. This is a viewer video that was sent in from Michael Orvis. It was taken in Unionville at the Lions Club.
Did he invite him in?
Look at this. This is unbelievable. This bear, I mean, they did a good job of locking it up, and he just rips off the door there of the trash. You can hear him laughing in the background. A whole crew is watching.
The bear's not the one laughing. No. But those doors, yeah, when I was up in Tahoe a couple weeks ago, they got those doors on everything. And he's just like, they really want to get in, they're going to get in. You're not going to stop them. So why don't you see what this fat fuck does?
Oh.
And then, of course, he goes inside to try to find a lunch.
He found a little picnic basket.
But it's crazy. I mean, something like that. You see why these trash cans everywhere, they try so hard to lock them up.
Yeah, but that one's a plastic piece of shit. That
Yeah, this is in Connecticut. This isn't in bear country proper.
You can't go light on the goddamn dumpster, on the bear-proof dumpster. You got to go big.
There's nothing better than dumpster diving when you're a giant bear. I think I think that goes with the territory. Again, more hungry bears.
Is reminding everyone that bears don't need any help finding lunch after sharing this video on social media. Take a look. They say during the middle of the summer, the animals are looking for just about anything to eat, but the drought situation is putting some extra pressure on their natural food resources. Now, bears may seem to be drawn to smelly campsites, garbage cans, or any food that you have inside of your car. So if you are out hiking, camping, or exploring this weekend, just make sure that your food and garbage are stored properly.
You see, I kind of wish that they would start announcing to leave it out and not even put it in a can, just because everybody knows this. Everyone knows it. So I think that it would get more attention if they say falsehoods. Yeah. Leave all food out unprotected.
And you were out there in bear country, Easy, and that what Chad's missing upper lip says here is no lie. It's fact, Jack. That's no Knoxville trash can, right?
You're darn right. Yeah, you're darn right. Bear country.
Yeah. This one is less about the bear and more about the delivery.
At noon, Fort Smith police are warning residents to stay alert after a surge in black bear sightings across the area. Officers say they received at least 10 calls over the weekend. The department says if you see a bear, keep your distance, never approach or feed it. Police are working with Arkansas Game and Fish to monitor the situation. If a bear is spotted within city limits, call the non-emergency number. It's right there on your screen, 479-709-5000.
But if you're mauled and you have a limb ripped off.
Well, that's exactly what I wanted to ask you is when does it go from being a non-emergency bear sighting to an emergency bear sighting?
Yeah.
Like, is it chasing you or does it have to be climbing the tree after you? Or if it's removed one limb, then you can use your other arm and go ahead and dial.
I think any injury might work, but I don't know. I just shoot a video and post it.
And I can't help but be unkind here. Do you think that this chick is in Arkansas 8?
Yeah, but I don't understand why she's wearing a shirt that you'd wear if you're like a gas station attendant in 1976. What the fuck is happening?
I mean, they probably don't pay well, So I think that that's probably her shift after here. And again, you got to keep away from the bears, but you also have to keep them away from you. So we see this video. Black bear up at the top of your screen. He is just going to climb in there.
Oh, it's a baby.
And yeah, it is the baby. But he's going to fit in because we're going to see. So this is a Florida family's vacation. Where? In Gatlinburg.
Okay.
And, so this is what we were talking about earlier. I want to go back. So this is what it's like once the bear gets inside.
And destroys things.
Did you notice the windows were open, Zane?
Of course, these assholes.
The bear didn't smash that window. We see that sometimes. Nothing you can do about it. But this family visiting from Florida is in Gatlinburg, and they're like, "Well, it's probably going to be all right, isn't it?" And it never is. And I don't know about where you are, Zane. It's really hot in Southern California right now. It was a beast of a day out of Comic-Con on Saturday, and I think we can all relate to this next video here. The bear that just takes a dip right there in somebody's backyard pool. We see this all the time, and he's just dripping. And he's like, "Yeah, I don't even want to shake off." Oh, there he goes. He goes as he goes into the woods. And what do you do with your pool after that? Do you think
nothing? You just that's the thing. I don't know. Backwash it and throw in some chlorine. I mean, what the hell?
I think you might be onto something with all of that. Anyway, I wanted to start with bears because we're at an unusual time, and there's also just all sorts of things that we have to get to. But I would be remiss if we didn't do at least a little bit of some local news.
WATB, who are these local news? Who are these local newscasters?
Easy, you sent me this one before last week's show, and I was so wrapped up in the fact that Lucy was with us and we had so much Taco Bell to talk about. This would fit under probably the banner of Carl's Cop Cam over on the Creepoff, but this is just an amazing interaction with police. I'm just going to hit roll on it. Okay, so the officer that is coming here, showing up for the complaint, says he a couple of times, and then this person yells she very loudly because that was the nature of the dispute that happened prior to police arriving.
Yeah, so what you have is born a man, now says woman, has done nothing other than the pronoun usage to indicate that this is actually a female.
Correct.
It just wears, it's got stupid colored hair.
The purple hair doesn't automatically make you go, oh, clearly this is a woman. Yeah.
There's nothing in front of us that makes us think that this is actually a woman.
Yeah. So let's see how they are handling this.
Stop! Miss! Tickling me!
What's the problem?
Why do you let those kids get away with this? They are not supposed to be here!
If you don't lower your voice, I am going to put handcuffs on you and I'm going to take you to a Baker Act facility. You lower your voice.
Try it.
All right.
Okay. Now listen, my interaction with police is essentially limited to being pulled over for a speeding ticket. Oh, there was that time that people broke into my house last winter. But apart from that, I'm never in a role where police are reporting on anything that I might have caused. But I think that the last thing I would ever say is fucking try it.
Try it.
I don't want to have handcuffs on. Look at these thin wrists that I have.
Boy, really ruins it for Star Wars fans everywhere too with that Stormtrooper shirt. Because I know you love Star Wars, don't you?
I do. Yes.
Okay. I mean, this is bad. This is bad all the way around.
Yes, this is definitely. And listen, I haven't seen Fat Guy 2 in here much before this, but it nags like a woman. So, okay, they're at least leaning into their chosen gender.
Okay.
Are you threatening me? Can we get another unit to deal with Jay Lee here? He is having a breakdown.
Say! Just say the right pronoun!
What'd you say?
7351.
Get down on the ground right now.
No!
You're about to get sprayed.
No!
Get down on the ground right now.
So listen, if you're this officer, you know what you're doing by saying he. And there's not any degree of responsibility that you need to call this person by the gender that they chose. It might help de-escalate it, but I feel like this guy's handling it if you or I were responding to this.
Well,
By the way, you and me in a buddy cop movie, somebody write the script. I think
hey, I'm with you. I love that he's doing that because he knows it's pissing this person off.
Correct.
And he knows that he's going to be able to do what this person deserves, and that is get maced, tased, and maybe even shot. You never know.
You never know. Yeah.
Right now.
Leave me alone!
I can run away.
Leave me alone, please!
Okay, are you going to calm down?
I want to be away from him.
It's too late now. It's too late now. He's going to be taken away.
Shut!
And who is this yokel, like fatter Dante from Clerks? I'm sorry, I don't have a better reference than that, but that's what this guy looks like. A fatter Brian O'Halloran. Yeah.
He's enjoying it.
I mean, I would imagine if this was your friend and they're like, hey, I'm in trouble with the cops. I'm like, please let me get right down there and I'll film it.
You need to stop.
You see? You gotta stop.
I just want to get away from him.
I understand that. He needs
He's really leading into it now, isn't he?
Miss! Tickling me! Just say she!
Alpha 73.
Please step in.
Oh, no.
Okay,
look
now
where this goes. Yeah, this is the end result, Zane.
taking them downtown.
Taking them downtown. Stop misgendering them.
Do not push me.
By the way, great reference. Chris says Fatter Dante was perfect.
And I did a little bit of a flex that I remembered his name is Brian O'Halloran. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I show off. That's why I spent 3 really hot days down at Comic-Con. But nobody cares about that, do they, Zane?
No, they do. I mean, it's not a matter of how many people get the joke, just that someone gets the joke.
No, that's all that it matters, is that the fact that someone got it.
I love deep pulls.
Should we take this time to catch up on Super Chats? Zane, it is Super Chat Monday. They must be rolling in.
Monday. And since we started, we rattled off the principled uncertainties, $5 a pop, 2 of those, and then the real
those are £5, so that's good money.
Yep, £5. And then we did show that Logan is a new member. I don't know if we just showed that, a new member.
You know what? I forgot to show that, so thank you.
And since then, nothing. Not a one. Okay, so, I mean, we're like almost a half hour into a 90-minute show.
Yeah.
If you want to, again, come up with a horrific slur that you want Christian to sign off with, or you just think we're awesome, put a dollar amount next to it and send it along.
Right, exactly. I think that's all everybody needs to worry about. And, the Labyrinth Mystic, that one doesn't count, right, Zane? That's from last week. That's old stuff.
Yeah, and again, apologies to Labyrinth Mystic if he's in the chat. I don't even know.
A lot of times people swear off on us because we do some problems. I do have one photo I'm going to share from an event that I did at Comic-Con. It's not what people would expect. This isn't, Marvel or Star Wars or Star Trek or whatever. You'll see me there on the right. I am here. That is my co-host Christina on the far left. We did an interview with the entire cast from the wonderful 1993 film The Sandlot. And also smack dab in the middle is Danielle Fishel, who played Topanga on Boy Meets World. They're doing a show together, the entire cast and her. And we talked to them about 15 minutes, and it was a lot of fun.
Wow. I by the way, your co-host is a knockout.
Christina will appreciate that.
And then Hamilton Porter.
He's right there.
Kid who played Hamilton Porter. As soon as I saw this, I recognized him because he looks the same.
Yes, he does.
He's just older.
Yeah.
And then is this the pitcher?
Yeah, I mean it's literally everybody.
Is Denunez there? Where's Denunez?
I can't do like a point, but you if you think of anybody from the main cast,
they're there. They're there. That is so awesome. What a get! How did this come about?
Publicist pitched it. I said yes right away, and didn't want to give them any time to say no. And so Patrick Renna is financing a show called Dugout Dads. It's all of them. And Danielle Fishel. It'll be on his YouTube channel on August 26th. So you know what? I wasn't planning on plugging it. Just wanted to flex. And you know what? My co-host Christina, she is on social media at Wisecracking Blonde with an E. She's one of those people that you cannot find her real name because she does not want it out there. Yeah.
No,
I appreciate when people.
You don't, because everybody's a creep, but obviously immensely talented. So that is so sweet. I'm so glad you got that. That's fucking cool, man. That movie is one of my favorites of all time.
Agreed. And I made a mistake about asking about Dennis Leary. Apparently they didn't like him, but that was all right. It's fine. It'll make the final cut. I'll let people know when they can see it over there on Geekscape. But that was probably the high point for me interview wise. All right, but we've got really important business at hand here, so we are going to dive right in, easy, to politics. So Nick Fuentes is kind of a favorite here on the show. I think because of the truly outrageous things that Nick Fuentes says. I think that's reasonable, right? Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I mean, it's always fucked up and out of left field, makes no bones about how he feels about things. But yeah, he's definitely a lightning rod. People love to pay attention to him.
Yeah, and so Channel 5, whom we've featured content from before, in fact, they did very lengthy. I think they did 2 interviews with Hunter Biden. Maybe it was even 2 years ago now, and we got a lot of great material out of there. And we had all that, and I guess Andrew Callahan is the guy behind that, and he set up this sit down between the two of them. So they wanted to talk to somebody from the other side, and all the credit to Andrew Callahan for deciding, like, well, let's have Hunter Biden and Nick Fuentes sit down. I want to jump ahead to after the fact because I think people might be wondering, how did it go? This is Nick talking about it the next day.
Honestly, I liked Hunter Biden. We talked a little bit before the interview. We talked a little bit afterward, and he was nothing other than respectful and courteous and friendly and very sincere, very earnest. There was no pretense, no bullshit. I really genuinely liked him. And obviously there were parts in the conversation where we disagreed. He's from the left, I'm from the right. But I did think it was a really nice discussion because it was civil. We were open about our disagreements. And I think there was a willingness on both parts to actually listen.
So what do you think about all that?
I think that's incredible.
Yeah. And by the way, I agree. I was telling Zane before we started, I legitimately really enjoyed this conversation that they had. I got plenty of clips from it, but I was watching the extended, the full interview this morning, and I really liked what they had to say. I liked the way that they handled each other, and it's actually very funny at times. So that's kind of what I've latched on, but it's a very civil conversation. They clearly don't agree on a lot of things, but they do both agree that Trump's a narcissist who's just in politics to make money for himself. So
interestingly,
yeah.
Biden has managed to, he's kind of like elbowed into his own space. People are starting to like that guy.
Yeah. So this is one of my favorite moments from here. You're going to have Andrew Callahan on the left, and then obviously that's Nick Fuentes in the middle and Hunter Biden on the right.
The one thing you did say, you said I was a degenerate crackhead.
Me?
And I have the problem with that, not you.
Me?
Yeah. And
I also said you were cool, though.
Yeah, no, by the way, you said a degenerate crackhead, and you know what? I'm not even mad about that, because I was a degenerate crackhead. It's true.
Love his outlook on that. And Nick's like, I did also say you were cool, and I remember that. He's like, because after that interview, Nick was like, man, Hunter Biden seems really cool.
Yeah.
That's my takeaway from all of this. He's pretty cool.
You see, it's almost crazy that we're turning to Fuentes and Hunter Biden to reveal that, something happens when you actually talk to people.
Yeah.
Isn't that something? Holy cow.
That's right. When you start being real, like they used to say on MTV.
Now you're sober.
Yeah.
And I find it interesting. You also said that you've never drank before.
Right. Yeah, I've never had a drink, never done drugs.
That's because you grew up, with me. You're like, don't be that guy.
I grew up with you too, and I was doing.
Yeah. You're not as smart as he is.
So look, they're all having fun. They're pals. You know what I mean? I love this. And I mean, it's not even that tightly edited. The extended version is like an hour and a half. So they let it breathe. They have fun. And it does lead to some moments where clearly Hunter has prepared a couple of things. He's like, look, I got to make sure that I don't let him off the hook on this.
I can think of about 4 things that I really wish you would take back right now. But
Like
we
what?
do it. The cookies in the oven.
Well, that's a joke.
But it's not, Nick. My wife is Jewish. My son is Jewish. No, Nick. I promise you. Don't get mad.
I'm not mad.
Okay,
It's
I know. But you got to understand how incredibly, whether it's a joke or not, it's a lived experience passed down from generation to generation, whether or not, and by the way, not just from the Holocaust.
So you could tell Nick likes having him in the room and talking to him because he's letting him talk. He's listening, and he's like, yeah, but that cookies in the oven is pretty fucking fun.
Joe, I don't understand how, if I'm Nick, I'm like, Well, how could you be so stupid and not understand what
Well,
I'm doing there?
And we've played the clip before. I have enough new clips that I decided not to go back and get it. But he's making the point that there's no way it could be 6 million, because let's just say you have 6 million cookies. You would have to cook this many cookies, this many minutes. And that's what he's talking about. And Nick's very honest that, he's only like 26 or 27 now. But apparently he's grown up a lot since he was 20. Easy.
From not just from 1939 on, 2,000 years of history, okay? Forget about Israeli politics and Netanyahu, because I think we agree about Bibi Netanyahu. I'm positive we do.
Mm-hmm.
And I've listened to you talk about it. But you got to understand. Look at me, man.
I see.
It hurts. It hurts.
Does it?
Nick, I
do love that. Does it? It is just words. That's Nick's point. It's his point in this interview. It's always his point. They are just words.
promise you it does. When you compare my wife's family to cookies going to an oven, it hurts, and you've got to understand that. And by the way, I'm looking at you, and I believe that you do know that.
See, that's where you lose me. That's where you lose me.
Okay, Nick. Okay, I'm telling you.
Well, listen, are we here to talk, or are you here to lecture me and
Okay,
preach
no,
to
you're
me?
right. Let me listen.
Okay.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
And listen, the conversation goes on, and credit to Hunter, because he's like, you know what? Yeah, let me listen. And, he makes the point that I pretty much just summed up, that, he says wild things, and he said even wilder things back in the day.
But I like that he said that. I like that he said, this is, you can't just lecture me. That isn't why we're having a conversation. So you're going to have to fucking shut up for a minute and let me talk.
And good for Hunter that he did.
What do we do? Can you at least come a little bit to this way?
If you can come a little this way.
I can. Here's where I can come, is this. Do you get what I'm saying? Yes. About the Holocaust thing?
Oh, about that.
Yeah. No, I mean, really.
I do. And listen, here's what I'll say. Now that I'm older, I do think that's not the best approach. So I agree with you on that. And I see it as I get older, because let's be honest, saying those things when I'm a younger guy, when I'm 18, 20, it's like you got to think that's just the age. And a lot of young people think that's funny and everything like that. I think that it also goes with the medium as well.
Yeah,
that's bullshit.
I wanted to let you weigh in on that. Go
you
ahead.
Fucking asshole. I mean, I was young, so I just said crazy shit that seemed anti-Semitic, and now I'm not but you are anti-Semitic.
He's not actually trying to say he's not anti-Semitic.
Okay.
But without saying the words, you actually take away from this, like, oh, I think he thinks the Holocaust was real. I think his issue is maybe 6 million, but that's not for this channel. This is way too spicy of a topic. But this is a really funny interaction, and I want to say they're getting into some heated crime statistics, and why people are leaving the cities, and just specifically violent crime in the cities.
Yeah, who are
mostly black.
Nick, I
is that not true?
Yeah, maybe, Nick. I don't know.
I love that. That he can't even say that's not true. He's like, you sit with Nick Fuentes long enough, you're like, yeah, I guess you might be right, Nick.
That's outstanding.
Yeah,
that's a great moment.
Yeah, no, that's.
I mean, I have no idea who's right or who's wrong, but I'm guessing that it probably is quite true that black crime is high and let's just say New York City or whatever.
Well, yeah, they specifically talk about Chicago because that's near where he lives, and they're recording this in Philadelphia, so they talk about those cities. But they just kind of are making the point. Nick even makes the point that black on black crime is mostly what the issue is, and we don't usually get to talk about it. So they have some very good, deep, honest conversations. And again, there are funny moments.
Diversity has been our greatest strength. And I hear you talk about this idea of white culture. What fucking white culture are you talking about, man? What
Shakespeare, Dante, Mozart. We're in Philadelphia, the founding fathers.
Yeah.
That's your white
culture. How about the
culture.
Count of Monte Cristo? Would you consider that part of our white culture?
Sure.
Okay. Well, it was written by a black man in France in the 1700s.
In a milieu of European civilization.
So what?
Because you're picking out one example. It really
I'm not just picking out one example.
It really is.
Yeah. What's the other guy's name?
So Andrew Callahan is the guy.
He has no idea what the fuck they're talking about. He
Yeah.
just heard all these names. He has no clue what's going. Look at him.
It is actually really funny to watch him.
He's so
in the wide
uncomfortable
shots.
right now with all these references that he has no idea what.
He jumps in with some good stuff, some funny stuff. He, it never got particularly heated. He always made sure that it didn't. Listen, I loved all of that, but Nick's answer, like, okay, so one black guy wrote a book, and now you want to make the point that there's no white culture.
And then dude is just that he's just like looking at the camera, and he's like, oh God, I don't know what to say.
Well, Callahan has a great question for Nick here.
Get you to like take something back necessarily. What's like one thing that you said when you were younger where you're like, fuck, wish I could take that back?
I don't know if I regret what I've said. It's just how you say it.
Yeah, like can you think of an example of like when you listen back to something and you're like, geez, I wish I could.
So I did this rally in 2023 called Fuentes Rally 2. And the one comment I said, we're talking about a spiritual battle between Christians and everybody else. And I said, we're in a holy war. I said, and we're going to make them die in a holy war. And the second I said that, I was like, didn't mean to say that. It's an extemporaneous speech. So you don't rehearse it. You just say things. And I was like, didn't mean that. Shouldn't have said that.
And there's the reason I pulled that. Even Nick occasionally realizes that he goes too far, Zane.
Oh my God. Yeah, he does. I don't feel that way, but that's
You don't feel that Nick goes too far?
No, I mean, I don't feel like I go too far. Like when people get mad at me over, I'm hoping for another 9/11 comment.
Yeah, well, look, that guy just is determined to just call in and complain his belly aching.
By the way, on that video that they showed from when he was younger making that comment, it looked like he was speaking to like the Heaven's Gate cult.
Yeah, everybody's got their Velcro Nikes on there. Yeah, that's I didn't think of it quite that way, but let's take a look at that again. Just the flashback to Fuentes Con too. Yeah, wow. I know he's got the moving background, and it's weird when you want when you think it's a religious war and people should die. Awesome Mullet 69, great name. Great job becoming a YouTube member here on Who Are These Podcasts. You'll get to see the show recorded live on Saturdays and at least two bonus episodes every single month. Hunter asks Nick what he thinks about sort of an up-and-coming member of the Democratic Party, who many people call a socialist or a communist.
What do you think about somebody like Mamdani?
Personally, I don't like him. I don't like some of the things that he said, like, for example, on 4th of July, when he takes the opportunity to sit there with, let's be honest, not a single white person in the room and says, the founding fathers would look down on us, the working people with their dirt-streaked hands against the billionaires. I think it's a little too divisive. I like his energy. I like that he's young. It's ironic. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
That's rich, buddy. But no, look,
but it seems pointed at me.
I know, but but the thing.
Like he was dissing you in that video.
Yeah, a little bit.
Staring down the camera, like, just for you, Nick, you son of a bitch.
People like me.
Yeah.
I do like that. Nick's saying that Zoran Mamdani is saying things to be outrageous. He's being provocative intentionally.
Right.
This is one of the more fun moments in here because, Hunter Biden grew up in Delaware, where his dad was a senator for more than my lifetime. And he is probably going to lose his Philadelphia suburb card from this.
By the way, it's just so tired and, ridiculous. He's a communist. Like, it's about the communists. Like, who even says that anymore? Nobody. Like, you know what? We're just 1981, and we're watching Rocky V and worried about the communists. You know what I mean? I just don't. I don't get it. Right.
That doesn't add up.
No, and I guess they took the audio
Rocky
out
IV?
from the clip. And Andrew's like, actually, that's Rocky IV.
Yeah.
My whole Philly legitimacy was just blown right there.
Yeah, I don't quite know where the rest of the audio went, but so there's a little bit that he took out. I like that he thought that the one where he fights, Ivan Drago, the great Dolph Lundgren, he thought that was Rocky V, and that's just embarrassing. I mean, more embarrassing than being a crackhead and having the laptop from hell.
I don't think anybody at this stage of the game gives a shit about anything with his past. I think Hunter Biden is ready for a presidential push.
Well, Andrew asks both of them, and neither of them have any interest in actually getting into politics. And Hunter makes the point: the entire audience is happy because people from the left are glad to hear that Nick Fuentes isn't running for president. People from the right are glad to hear that Hunter Biden isn't running for president. I have one more clip from this. This is one where I think it's sort of poignant and interesting, and I know this is supposed to be a comedy show, but I do like the point that Nick makes.
That you think Trump can do to like regain the support of the, I guess, Gen Z and millennial right?
No, it's over. People see what he's made of. And Hunter's right. He's a liar. He is a liar. He is a bullshit artist. And especially, you look at what he did with the Epstein files, with the war in Iran, what he did to Thomas Massie, you realize that if you are America first, you have no place in this Republican Party, because he said it. He said our Republican Party, or rather, he said MAGA is Mark Levin, Laura Loomer, Randy Fine. He said, and who is not MAGA? Megyn Kelly, Tucker, Alex Jones, Candace. And I think most Republicans said, well, we're with those other people. We're not MAGA anymore. So.
Yeah, and during the course of the interview, he says that he and his ilk need the Democrats to win in the midterms for a hard reset, but that's a conversation for November time, probably.
Does he want the Democrats to win?
Yeah, because he needs he's hoping that basically everyone in the administration gets impeached. They won't be kicked out of office, but it's just going to slow everything down. They're not going to be able to do anything. The grift we hear a lot about in the Dabbleverse, the grift might slow down.
Okay.
Anyway. So I recommend that over there on Channel 5, and they have premium content where Andrew actually went to Iran and talked to some people on the streets there. That looks interesting. Probably not great content for this show. Before we dive into our other main event, which is Trump just absolutely taking a turd on the stage at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, I wanted to go for something that's fairly cringy. I forgot to grab the cringe of the week jingle, but this was posted on the official account, the official X account of the White House. And it is a spin on the opening credits for a very popular animated series. Seeing lots of Trump things. He's being chased. I think that's by Zora Mamdani. You see ICE arresting an actual alien. And here's Chuck Schumer not farting. Oh my God, he's a robot. You've got Trump and Vance in a UFO. And being chased by some kind of demon. And instead of the Rick and Morty logo, it says MAGA. And then Trump's actual... Have you ever felt like we've showed anything dumber than that on this show?
No. But he went nuts last night.
Yeah,
on Threads. It was random. It was just an AI slop fest, and outstanding. And I'm glad that he did it. It's something to talk about. We are living in an unbelievable time to talk about. I mean, because I was talking about this on my own show. When Obama was president, not only did nothing get done, but it was also boring as fuck.
Very boring.
Go days and even weeks without hearing anything related to Obama. We are never short of news with Trump. Never.
This is a really funny comment that I think even my buddy Easy will appreciate. Did Hack Ride make that?
Oh, Hack Ride.
Yeah, we're big Hack Ride fans.
Yeah, come on.
And this person says, talk to that whole thing, huh? Yeah, for the audio audience that doesn't think we were just playing a snippet of the Rick and Morty theme. There is a reason that I did that. And you know what, Chad? Chad's missing upper lip. You might not be wrong. Social media was a mistake. So remember the last time they tried to have the White House Correspondents' Dinner, Easy?
Yeah.
That guy tried to run through what do they call that, a magnetometer. He tried to run through the metal detector, and then they just canceled the whole thing. Well, they did actually have it over the weekend, and Trump is there on the stage. And before he gets to speak, by the way, he spoke for over an hour, and those remarks are usually like 20 minutes. We shouldn't be surprised. I did my best to try to pan for the gold, and there was some, but before he gets to speak, there were some awards given out to members of the press. So they're going to give an award for the photographer who I think this happened in a week where we didn't do the show. I don't know that we ever talked about it in here. Somebody has a medical incident in the Oval Office. Everybody rushes. Trump just stands up. And this is the photo that lives on from that moment.
Wow! And in case if you can't see it, it's everybody is looking at the guy and his feet are in the air. I remember that. And then Trump is looking not at them, just looking forward. Like it almost gives you an I don't give a fuck. That's the vibe you're catching too, right?
Yeah. I think he's trying to stay out of the way legitimately, but it does look really funny. So he's on stage while Wolf Blitzer explains this award.
And this year's award goes to Andrew Harnick of Getty Images.
And the real nerds in the room know why, because they're like, oh yeah, he took that picture.
He captured the moment an Oval Office visitor collapsed during an event. And from the judges, they say this: through sharp timing, layered composition, and visual irony, this photograph expertly documents a true split-screen moment in real time. The president's orientation and posture inadvertently echo the statue to his right, while the other half of the frame is defined by movement. A truly striking image of contrast.
So the best part is, whoever manning the camera for C-SPAN that wanted to make sure. And listen, that face says one thing. What are you going to do? That's all it is. It's like, yeah, all right.
Yeah. And this event was full of those moments. And that was the appetizer.
That was the appetizer.
That was the appetizer.
And again, before he even gets up, they give an award to the Wall Street Journal reporters who broke the Epstein story that basically forced the hand. Remember, the Epstein files were not coming out.
No, and this has to do with, do you recall when he drew the titty drawing?
Yeah, they mentioned the titty drawing. They don't call it that because I guess Wolf Blitzer's too classy for that.
100%. So this happens right in fucking front of him.
He's literally right there on stage.
Blitzer to the left is Trump, and Blitzer is just like, oh my God, this is so fantastic. He's got him by the fucking short and curlies here.
Oh my God. I'm sure he came during this.
The Journal's courageous reporting on President Trump's past relationship with financier Jeffrey Epstein triggered the release of the so-called Epstein files, thousands of documents that might otherwise have remained hidden from the public. And despite the president's threat of a lawsuit, the Journal published a story about a provocative letter to Epstein bearing President Trump's signature.
Yeah, that's the
Trump quickly filed a $20 billion lawsuit against the Journal, revealing reporter Khadija Safdar's home address.
Oh.
So people are reacting in the audience because he's at least laughing.
He's laughing.
To be fair, he's laughing before he mentioned that he gave away the home address, but he probably does think that part's funny.
Right.
Her family.
There it was again.
He shrugged. He shrugged after the announcement that what's her name got docked.
The reporter, and I think he moused. What are you going to do?
Her family had to be relocated.
What are you going to do, huh?
The Journal was kicked off of Air Force One.
That's a fact check. Anyway, so the fact that he's there, and listen, don't act like Trump can't be criticized in a room. Now they didn't have a comedian there, but I cannot believe they let him speak for an hour.
Right. But typically those are when you have the correspondence dinners. It's over something silly. There's something maybe like a tendency in their speaking pattern. This is blowing the lid off of the Epstein files with, hey, here's some titties on my signature, and reporter getting doxxed and basically trying to suppress speech with punishments to an entire entity. Holy fuck. That's way different than what has happened at the White House Correspondents Dinner in the past.
In the past, yeah. And Fat Guy 2, Wolf knew, you know what? He probably did. And I don't support this. DeVitoed into Bolivian. Trump knew ESO. I don't know that that's true.
I don't know what that means.
It's a producer for the Shuli Network who had some PDF files, some CP on his
Really? Was
hard
that
drive.
recent?
It was a few years ago. It's a pretty big story in the Dabbleverse, but I know you don't know who these people are.
No, of course not. I don't
and that's
follow
why
that shit. I mean, we're the tip top show. Why should, since we're at the top of the pyramid,
listen,
should I worry what the little Indians are doing? We're the Chiefs.
You don't have any time for stuff like this because
No.
you're making sure that we deliver the best show on the internet today.
Are you seeing that number? 76 people. All around
that's no
the world
6-7. It's 7-6.
Now
Yeah,
75
exactly.
are watching this.
Oh, you just fucking turned somebody off.
So those are fuck you numbers right there.
Yeah. No, exactly. We're printing our own money. Our first clip from Trump's remarks at the White House Correspondents Dinner comes from Mr. Eric Zane, and they're referencing the fact that there was an active shooter at the previous attempt to do the White House Correspondents Dinner, and I think you can. Thank you, Carl. HEBERGER. This show is winning. And stay tuned to this network for at the top of the hour in just a little bit more than a half an hour. Point Dabblepoint will be featuring, of course, Carl Shuley, Lucy Tightbox, and Adam Hughesy, the H-Man Hughes, talking about, I think they're going to listen to more of John's autobiography, dealing with his childhood.
Low-hanging fruit, whatever. Bottom
That's
feeders.
good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, better. Listen, I love it. You can turn your nose up, but I always enjoy the John content, and I know you'll tune in because Lucy Tightbox will be there. Anyway, so this is referencing the fact that there was an active shooter, and when something like that happens, there's a phrase that gets made, and man, he just runs with this.
After hearing the gunshots, many people yelled, "Get down, get down!" But after hearing the gunshots, many people yelled, "Get down, get down," which caused Nicki Minaj to start twerking. Do you believe it? Get down.
Thank you. Please clap.
I'm going to use that a lot during these remarks.
It's not the worst joke. It's short. It's just that he just is so staccato, pausing, weird shit. Punchline.
This is early in the night. People who are there, who are predisposed to like him, are still like laughing when they feel like they should.
She's the only one that really understood what that meant. It's quite an evening.
Oh.
But tonight we come back together to answer that heinous attack with unwavering resolve. And every one of us here this evening to show that in America, we do not yield to political violence. We can't do that. We can't do it.
Well, as long as you're alive,
yeah, exactly. You can do it. His voice is very weak. You can't do that. And listen, I think, no president who's done this writes his own remarks. Okay. So you're going to see his dissatisfaction with what he's reading in the prompter a few times. And I think that joke kind of broke him a little bit. He thought that this next bit was going to crush, where he calls out Caitlin Collins, the CNN White House correspondent. She also has her own show over there. We've shown her a number of times on this show. Unlike Chad Zumock, Trump put out his 1 hour special. That's a great point, Hamilton Berger. And I think that there were definitely more of these.
Thank you. Please clap.
Now that I have paid attention to, he got a bunch of cash from people.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah,
people are suggesting that he's going to put that in his pocket.
Well, he keeps asking for more money to do the special. Yeah, because the costs are increasing.
Oh, no.
Yeah, let's hear what Trump has to say about Caitlin Collins.
I want to personally congratulate CNN's Caitlin Collins on receiving her award. It was all about me. It's a fake. She shouldn't get the award. It was a fake, but I didn't mind. I said, Caitlin, congratulations. But it was fake. There's no question about it. But she's a young, attractive woman. She never smiles. I said, Caitlin, do you ever smile?
Oh, no.
It's very unfortunate that C-SPAN had this angle and we don't see her. But yeah, you see this guy's face right here in the right next to where you and I are. He's like, oh shit, this guy knows he's on camera.
Smile. You have a nice position. You're at CNN Fake News. You should be a happy person. So smile, Caitlin, just smile. But
so he could be done there. It didn't really go over, but
isn't that a thing where you're not supposed to? I mean, like if you say that to your wife, she punches you right.
You
in the
shouldn't tell a woman you should smile
No.
more. They apparently don't like that. And
but
you know who the ones are that really don't like that? The ones who should smile more.
we attack, and I thought Caitlin had really made it big with a major new sponsorship, but then I informed her that it wasn't her on the Bud Light can. It was Dylan Mulvaney. And Dylan Mulvaney cost Bud Light $35 billion in market cap. That was the worst commercial ever made, by the way, for those few people that want to hear that. Most people don't care, but I would. I wouldn't want to hire Dylan anytime soon.
I don't think that story is front and center.
No, he's just tangenting off now.
Yeah, well, and you can tell when he's not reading the prompter, the vamping there, it's like, okay, that didn't go over. Let's talk about how much money Bud Light lost. Listen, there was a time and place where that was something a lot of people were talking about.
Years ago.
It should be funny comparing Caitlin Collins to Dylan Mulvaney.
Right. You should have a separated at birth thing on the screen. Look at it.
Yeah. You know what? That would have gone a long way.
No, it just seems like vindictive, mean, aggressive ball breaking.
And the team who put this together, I don't know. I guess that they probably wrote his speech at like CPAC, where it's a really friendly crowd, and there are elements in this crowd that are very friendly to him. Yes, it's the Correspondents' Dinner, but the White House has their friends there. A friend of ours who we show a lot will show up towards the end of this package. The Real Kumia, you're only sending me $7. I might sign off with this because
you have
great.
to if it's the highest amount.
Let's not, because
It's not?
Principled Uncertainty gave us £5 2 times. So £5 is more than $7. Real Kumia, I'll probably read them both. But just to be sure, why don't you send this again?
Okay.
Yellow boy. But I'm going to read it right now no matter what. My name is Christian Bladt, and I don't support rich Jew PDF files. I only support broke Jew. It's Joo, so I can say it. PDF files begging for money on their Stuttering John podcast. I think he's talking about Shuley. So he wrote Jew, Joo. I think that's a Star Wars
could have
character.
said, no, you can't. There's nothing else you can say.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a creative way to get past.
Yeah, and
we have like a team of censors to like block that shit when you psychopaths write this shit.
Real Kumia handled that the way that real Kumia would have.
Yeah.
I want to show a little bit of this clip because it doesn't go over well, but also the way that CNN was showing this was like with a chat window open the whole time, and it doesn't add anything, as our visual audience will see, and it's actually really annoying. But he takes a shot at the boss.
About Bruce Springsteen, what the hell happened to that guy? He looks like hell. I don't care what anyone says. I'm not supposed to say. I'm sure he doesn't like the way I look, but I don't look so bad. But at a recent concert, Bruce, all he did was talk politics. He ought to run for office. That'd be interesting. But all he talked about, he made 4 political speeches in his 3-hour show. The tour has been renamed Bored in the USA.
Thank you. Please clap.
Did you hear that? It should be renamed Bored in the USA.
Yeah. Ooh. And then there's no response.
Well, I mean, what, you want Springsteen to weigh in?
I mean, there's no response from the audience. It's quiet.
I do agree with what
It's been renamed Bored in the USA.
Not this part.
And his new song was so bad that Chris Christie, who's like a fan, he goes out and tells everybody how he hates Chris Christie. Keep that guy out of my... And I see Chris Christie there again, high-fiving Bruce Springsteen in the aisle. And Bruce Springsteen saw him and didn't even lift his hand up. And I just wanted, because I used to be friendly with Chris. Chris, when somebody doesn't like you, write them off. Forget it. You got billions of people in the world. You don't have to make a jerk out of yourself.
You mean like when you told Ted Cruz his wife was ugly? Is that what we're talking about here?
But
that was fantastic because now Cruz loves him.
That's why. Yeah,
that's
you go going the other way. Yeah, exactly.
That's one of the greatest things ever. You got an ugly wife, and the guy's such a scumbag.
Yeah,
he's like, yeah, that's okay. Call my wife ugly.
Well, listen, there's rumors that can neither be confirmed nor denied, but anybody who ever checks out his podcast, he talks a lot about show tunes on Ted Cruz's podcast.
Really?
And that's a fact, Jack.
Usually a comedian hosts this dinner, and I think we sort of changed it. Tonight we're going to have somebody who I think is really spectacular, but I've watched comedians get up for the dinner because I have been here actually quite a few times. People don't realize. Yeah. And there's one time in particular when Barack Hussein Obama hosted it. Do you know who that is? And he
just the mildest titter
he's
reading
it word for word.
Well, yeah, because it's not good.
He hit me hard, but actually he hit me with respect. I was sitting with Melania at a table, and you had Brooklyn Decker, supermodel, at a table right next to her. And I really always will like her. She's married to a great tennis player, Andy. And she was at the table, not at my table.
Okay, get to it.
And I have watched this clip thousands of times. They keep playing it because they think that was the evening I decided to run for president. It was not. In fact, I loved the evening.
Do you think he gets back around to Brooklyn Decker, or he just remembers that there was a really hot chick, a chick hotter than Melania?
Right. It's very difficult to follow it. Stop layering your story. Just focus, you fucking moron.
I feel like there were maybe 40 minutes of remarks loaded into that teleprompter.
God
because
damn it.
That's not in there. None of that is. 5 British pounds equals $6.65. Read it with feeling. You know what? I'm not going to do any fact checking. I don't have that drop, but I'm going to believe you, real Cumia. So let's. They talk about the UFC event on the White House lawn. There are jokes that I think are reasonably well written, but if the person delivering them doesn't believe in it, well.
Remember, before I came along, if you wanted to see someone lose consciousness on the south lawn of the White House, all you had to do is ask Joe Biden a question. Remember that.
Thank you. Please clap.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Who was that a shot of, by the way?
I don't know who the reporters are, but so he continues, and I would say this is the worst written bit of the night. He continues talking about the UFC fight, and you can tell when a writer is really proud of what they've written, but Trump makes changes on the fly.
Exclusively revealed to you this evening that for the heaviest of the heavyweights, we will have sloppy Chris Christie, one of the sloppiest human beings you'll ever meet, fighting, I would say, I could mention the governor of Chicago, but I'm going to mention instead Jerry Nadler.
Okay. So clearly it said J.B. Pritzker right there. And Trump maybe knew enough that J.B. Pritzker comes up later. So he changes the fat guy that it's about. I'm sure that that's going to rescue this joke, Easy.
And they're fighting for a big piece of cheesecake. Big, fat piece of cheesecake. Who the hell wrote that line?
Oh, no.
But it is true.
That corresponds with his last night's tweets or last night's postings. He kept posting the AI slop versions of these jokes.
But listen, I say who wrote that joke? All right, listen, that's always the thing to do when you're not crushing is to blame the writers. Remember, a few years ago we showed the Golden Globes. Comedian Joe Coy was there, and he just brutalized his writing staff. He's like, I didn't have enough time to prepare. These aren't funny jokes.
Okay, now if you look, you've got on that shot of the crowd there.
Yeah,
this guy's doing face palm. No one's real. Everybody's uncomfortable here.
Yeah, everyone's uncomfortable. There's a lot of head shaking, and people are putting up with it because he's the president, and they all cover him in some way.
And then you have a Congresswoman, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC +3. That's her 3 friends, right? AOC +3, and I watched her give that answer when she was over in Europe. It was not a good answer. If I ever gave that answer, I would be out of politics. Remember, you cannot have a 19-second wait time to answer really a very quite simple question. But we'll then have a rematch against an extreme, simple question on a foreign policy from Munich Security Conference. It was a big security conference, and this was her first time up.
So he knows that the joke is not going to do anything. So we did play that clip. It was, I don't know, at least a year ago. Again, the person writing this is assuming that everybody like lives and breathes all this stuff. And yes, I'm remembering it because we do this wonderful show here on the network.
You had to piece it all together, but
Yeah.
no one knows the context.
I mean, a fight between Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and a tough question. Listen, I'm going to go full screen here. If I'm saying this, you know it's true. Sometimes less is more, less words. Just make the point and move on. I'm saying that the president is too wordy here, and I'm the one saying it. All right? He's not done.
In terms of that, and we had a sort of little preview, and then Anderson Cooper is going to fight Lawrence O'Donnell. I'm not a fan of Lawrence O'Donnell. I like Anderson, actually, because he's covered me well for many years. Then he went bad as soon as I went for politics. But for years, he loved interviewing. I did so many interviews with him, and he was great. But, you know, he's got a little different persuasion than me in many ways, actually.
Ooh.
So
he's making fun of him being gay, isn't he?
In case you didn't know, Anderson Cooper is gay.
So he's
man who
bringing
has
that
a
up?
husband
What
with
is
whom
this?
he's adopted a child. He's like, I don't know if you know this, but that Anderson Cooper's a little light in the loafers, huh?
He's a queer. He's a gay. What is this? 1985 all over again?
Kind of.
Everybody's gay now.
At least on this
And
show.
Lawrence O'Donnell, never liked him, never thought he had any talent.
I like
But
bald
he's still
guy.
making a living, so I can't knock it. But we had a contest for who had the lowest ratings and the lowest IQ on television. And that was actually Don Lemon, I think. You know, when I said that he's the dumbest man on television, I said, you know, when you say some things, you never make a comeback. It's not like, oh, gee, hey, Don, let's have dinner some night. But I know what I'm saying.
No, no, you don't.
I don't think you do.
I don't.
Yeah.
I forgot what the point of all that was. Where was he?
It was going to be a contest for who has lower ratings, Anderson Cooper or Lawrence O'Donnell. And then I guess the punchline is, but we all know the winner is Don Lemon. But he's going off book.
But even before that, wasn't he talking about a woman or something?
Well, yeah, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. So that was the bill for the UFC fight. See, I set it up with all my usual extra words that weren't necessary, and you
difficult. It's
Well-
so forgettable because you can feel your mind going numb. You know,
Well,
it's like Chad. It really is like Chad.
Thank you. Please clap.
So, as keep Leah McEnany with $2. Thank you. Keep watching. Tom Does Bong Hit Transplant. That's a reference to the best known joke from our friend Tom Myers, funny man Tom Myers. Tom Myers versus the rest of the world. Everywhere you find podcasts. Friend of this show. Well, I don't have to endorse this comment to read it. Thank you for the $1.99. Chad's missing upper lip. Tom Myers wrote Trump's set. I was thinking someone else might have written it.
Thank you.
But that's neither here nor there. Now, listen, any host knows if the new material's not going over, go ahead and just dip into the old stuff.
Term limits in Congress. I think term limits are very important because I see what's happening. The other day, a senator I knew got a text, a great guy, from his wife. And she said, when you get home, I want to have you immediately come up the stairs and make love to me. And he said, I can't do both. You know what? In other words, can't go up the stairs and make love. Does anybody get that? Well, I thought that was actually pretty good.
Oh, no.
All right. And it's time to lock in those votes. Was that Opie or Trump? Ha, 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 ha.
Thank you.
Oh, fuck. What a bomb.
He's told that joke at like rallies and stuff, and it gets polite response. There's more.
That was actually the only thing I thought was good in this whole freaking stupid speech that they wrote.
Oh, he's really.
That was the
Now
only
he's-
good one, and that
he's
went
really
down
laid in.
with not exactly great laughter.
That went down with not exactly great laughter.
So the best pop he got was when he was really eviscerating the speech.
Well, yeah, because that kind of worked. And listen, this is an example. Simple joke, great joke. Let's see if he can deliver it.
Evan Newscomb didn't show up. He didn't show up. He should be here. But I heard that he recently said that we will lose our country if we don't fight fire with fire. And to be fair, there's only one thing we know about Gavin, and that's that he definitely doesn't want to fight fire with water. He's got a lot of water and never uses. What a disaster. That should have never happened.
I mean, it's a simple way to tell that joke. It's like, well, it makes sense that he fights fire with fire. He certainly doesn't fight it with water. I do think if you let it breathe, you might not even get laughs, but you're going to get applause from the right-leaning media. But this is a fucking disaster.
Well, it is, and I don't think that these jokes are any better or worse than previous correspondents' dinners. But
yeah,
Biden was probably horrible at this too. Trump is very bad at this.
The problem for the Democratic presidents is that they can get actual comedy writers to write. I know somebody who wrote some for Obama, and Trump. We've seen him on this show be very funny. Whoever wrote this for him is not doing him literally any favors.
Yeah, but I also think that if someone who wasn't retarded would actually be able to somehow deliver these lines in a passable way, at least. Yeah. Trump's the worst. He can't string sentences together. He's nearly as bad as Joe Biden, minus the dementia.
Minus the dementia. Well, listen, you have stuff that crushes at the rallies, so maybe lean in that.
No Democrats, and the word Democrat is something that's come into fashion. I changed the E with a U, and most people don't know that dumb has a B, so we don't have to worry about that.
So I don't know who this guy is, this Timu Bradley Cooper in glasses. He is shocked at what's happening. You have this guy in front of him stifling a laugh, but not a laugh because it's funny, because
laughing at him.
Democrats with a B.
It's very quiet. I thought it was quite good, but I haven't gotten much credit for that. Fake news, good. Pocahontas, good. I won't say Lion Ted because he's on my side. I don't talk about past conquests.
He should have said his ugly wife. He might as well.
He might as well have said, still has an ugly wife, though.
Oh, God, he seems like a drunk. Like when someone's doing a speech at a wedding and they've had too much to drink, and they won't let go of the mic.
Just won't stop. Yeah,
everybody's like, oh, fuck. It's just terrible.
You remember the fat guy humor from before, right? So this might be why he switched it from J.B. Pritzker, I don't know if he's the mayor of Chicago. I think he's the governor of Illinois. It doesn't matter.
J.B. Pritzker, who I understand is not present, sadly, but, some people say, never use the fat word. And I don't. I would never call anybody fat. I have my own problems, It's not like I'm perfect. Sir, in the back, don't call him a fat pig, okay? I'm sticking up for him. Don't call him you. You can't do that, sir. You can't call J.B. Pritzker a fat pig. Please. All right? Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Everyone's trying to figure out who is that guy? Does he exist? But the nice part is when you do that, the press can't get you.
No, he didn't exist. You just called him a fat pig. As if someone's in the back going, the fat pig. No one's gonna do that.
And no one laughed. Yeah, exactly. And he referenced Pocahontas, who of course is Elizabeth Warren, who is easily mockable because she pretends that she has a proud Native American ancestry, and he does lean into that. He's gotten some mileage out of it before. I'm sure it's going to be a home run again this time.
It was supposedly of Indian heritage. And then she took the test, and she only had 1,024th Native American. And I said, you know what? I think I'm more of an Indian than she is. So this is what we have to deal with. But Senator Warren did not accept our invitation to debate. I wanted to debate her on various and sundry things, and she decided not to do it. And I decided to bury the hatchet. It doesn't matter.
Thank you. Please clap. I force applause breaks.
Difficult to even pick up the jokes. They're so bad.
He wants to bury the hatchet, but don't worry.
I'm not going to say this next one. You want to hear this one? How bad? She wasn't high up on her totem pole. Who the hell wrote that? No, she's bad news.
People that there was a chick in the left-hand corner, and who did the face palm as soon as that joke hit.
I mean, this is a lot of facepalm. Everybody's bored because I'm sure there's a reception afterwards, probably with an open bar, and maybe they don't get to eat during this part, and you're just panning through the crowd, and everybody's like, I think he did like an hour and 4 minutes, but don't worry, we're almost to quitting time for this segment, and I know everybody will be glad. He does.
No.
What's that?
I would say I don't know. I don't know about that. I can't believe no one in the crowd's going, no, stop.
You don't do that to the president, no matter who the president is, but especially not this president. You're not gonna give him the high side. You go ahead and read that one for me.
Liam is back. He says, "Suck it, libs." Trump stayed awake an entire hour.
That's a great point. All right, so he does call out someone we have featured on this show since it started.
I am proud to be the most open and transparent president in history. They called me that. You know who calls me that? Caroline. That's about it. So would anybody else call me that? I think Peter would call me that.
Peter
Am I the
Ducey.
most transparent. Biden never used to answer your
Fox
questions.
News.
He'd ask Biden 20 questions. He'd never get an answer. Who's the most transparent president, Peter?
Cut to Peter.
Who? I look at him. It's the first time he's tongue-tied.
What he did say is, "Do you want me to stand up?" I saw him talk about it afterwards.
Okay.
He should have shouted something. I mean,
say
probably.
something, idiot.
And listen, I know he's a reporter, but he's going to be fine if he says "you, sir." You know what I mean? Because it's a joke. It's this room. But
I cannot believe it. Oh, he's not going to be happy tomorrow.
Well, he shouldn't be, because he really botched that moment.
It was bad. Yeah. You could scan the crowd, see how many people are looking at phones, just weird faces. It's so bad.
I think that there were some people wondering, is that guy from the first attempt at this going to come back and give us something? Nope, wasn't going to say that. Give us something to focus on.
Yes.
Listen, he had a big finish though.
Doing good together. That's why tonight, to show just how much I care about the press, and I want to save your ratings, I'm pleased to announce my intention to, and this is somewhat of a scoop, my intention to run for a 4th term as President of the United States. I will be doing that. I will be having an official, in fact, I think I have.
He's got a prop. Ladies and gentlemen, Carrot Top.
I won 3 times. Now I'm going to do it again.
And by the way, we've seen these hats before. This isn't new, the Trump 2028 hat.
Thank you. I'm going to do it.
I realize he's done.
I'm
That's why
very
they're
good at
clapping.
running for president. No, I won 3 times. Did very well the second time, by the way. It's a rigged election, but we don't have to talk about it. You know, it's interesting when you come back and you do a good job like we did, and you don't care about it so much, but we do have to tighten up these elections because they really are.
He talks about the 2020 election more than most topics. He needs to find proof that it was stolen from him.
You're wading in dangerous waters there.
I'm just saying he needs to prove it. That's all I said.
No, he doesn't. He just needs to say it. Who gives a fuck?
Well, he feels like he needs to.
People believe it.
Where would you rank that on the scale of performances? Is that a Zumockian feat?
It is
that we just watched?
Zumockian. That's the only thing I can relate it to off the top of my head. Chad struggles like that similarly. Chad's better, but not by much.
Chad is definitely a better communicator than Trump in this. In general, Trump is a tremendous communicator.
He's also terrible.
Yeah.
They're both terrible.
Well, in this, Trump is very terrible. And you might think that I've already shown you the most annoying clip you're going to see today, but you'd be wrong.
Who are these sports? You know what I'm saying? Who are these sports? Let's see who's playing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know I don't know what's society.
Big news in the city of brotherly love, in the city of Philadelphia. The Philadelphia 76ers have added LeBron James to their roster. I texted a Sixers friend of mine sorry for your loss, parentheses, ES, sorry for your losses. LeBron 2026, 2027, not good. I'd say he's not good, but you know that we've got somebody who was so excited about this. I'm talking, of course, about our friend Hunter Brody, Broads himself. This must have been great. Take it away, Broads.
Oh my God! Why one days is the best, and LeBron James is a Sixer.
Drinking something. Getting it out of his mouth, all onto himself.
Oh! What?
What?
This was a where were you moment. You know what the unfortunate part for me is?
What is it, bro?
I was taking a shit. Scrolling on TikToks, big booty Latinas twerking, you name it. And I'm going, hold on, shop. What? What? My wife came running in. She thought there was blood in my stool. I said no.
Because he was taking a shit.
I just got LeBron James.
So
fuck me.
We don't have time for it today, but would you rather watch the entire 1 hour and 4 minute Trump White House Correspondents Dinner than see this clip ever again?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. No, I want to cover it again next week if we have to, or if we need to.
This? No. This is all I got.
I prefer Trump over Hunter Brody.
You do
10 out of 10 times.
Yeah, I think most people do, but I mean, you could just tell when you see the thumbnail for this and it's him doing this. Yeah. Well, Zane, I wanted to end big. This was a really fun show today. Let everybody know where they can find you.
Check out my Patreon, please. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. I have a 7-day free trial.
That sounds like a great deal. You can find my personal podcast, The Blackcast, BLADTCAST. We will be back on Tuesday next week at our regular time of 2 p.m. Eastern. 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. I forgot. That used to be our time for a while. Leave me alone. But that is all the time we have for now. Thanks to everybody. Thanks to Carl and Vinny for giving us this time. We'll see you next Tuesday. As always, this is Christian Bladt reminding you that I don't support rich Jew PDF files. I only support broke Jew PDF files begging for money on their Stuttering John podcast, starting in just 3 minutes on this channel, Point Dabblepoint. See you next Tuesday, y'all.